We make people think that they have to give us things or they have to do something to add value into our world or into our lives for them to be important.
We have a world that is looking for fulfillment at every turn, and they're finding only more emptiness.
I think that we're fragmented, we're broken, we're complicated, we're torn in many different directions. Technology has taken us to a place that maybe we weren't ready to be at.
They are just being bombarded with everybody's idea of who they're supposed to be.
We have never been their age in this age.
As a high schooler or middle schooler, that time, that age is so important because it's when you're trying to form yourself.
Because teens nowadays, they're lacking this knowledge of love, that someone else loves them.
They're still finding out who they are, and they still want to make a difference in this world. They want to have purpose, they want to have meaning, and the best place they're going to find that is in the hands of God.
I'd say when St. John Paul came to St. Louis in 1999, that we as an archdiocese took notice of the effect that he had on our youth. And so just for a city to come alive in that, especially the youth to come alive at the rally at the Kiel Center, like, maybe we can do something a little bit different. Maybe we can do something to really change the hearts and minds of our youth and our archdiocese. And we can use this man, this saint, as a model to do that.
People my age would have used his vitality as an example of what it means to witness in the world. If there's any kind of theme I think back to, it was totally that witness, that a light in the world, a light in the darkness.
Pope John Paul II said that the greatest evangelizers of young people are young people. And I see that happening every day in the youth ministry work that we do, but also in parish youth ministry groups and outreaches.
I'd say also too that John Paul and his inspiration really was one of the things that seemed to spur things on, like the Steubenville Youth Conferences, which we see around 6,000 every summer. It's pretty fantastic to say that, and I think we can trace that back to just how the Lord was able to use a saint like John Paul.
When there were times that I didn't feel like I had a home anywhere else, whether that be at school or at my actual home, youth ministry and youth group gave me an opportunity to be myself.
Youth ministry is important because ultimately it provides an invitation to young people, an invitation to a relationship with Christ.
I think what sets youth ministry apart is it tries to speak to young people where they're at.
The purpose of youth ministry is to give our young people life, to give our young people something more than this world has to offer them.
Youth ministry can be kind of that home for them to always be able to come and to be themselves and to ask the questions that they want to ask.
It's okay to pray. It's okay to love Jesus. It's okay to be serious about your faith in a fun way.
One of the differences in youth ministry is that is our opportunity to live it, to witness it, to serve not only our parish but others. I just think it's more of living out the gospel every day and interacting that within a community.
Youth ministry can change the world, can bring our lost and broken world back to Christ.
Youth ministry is raising up leaders in the Catholic Church right now and leaders for the future.
It sets them up for success and helps them to be great evangelists for the church.
So youth ministry, although we are doing a lot, most importantly, and please God, most essentially, what we are doing is teaching these teens, showing them who they are. I know as a teen, for me, I felt very invested in by my youth minister, and so because he invested in me, I knew that the church invested in me and that I was wanted and needed.
People aren't there to use you to get power or popularity. They're there to genuinely care about you, and that's just so impactful for a kid's life to not just be the means of some end, but to be the end in itself.
It just inspires me and gives me a lot of hope that as long as we are supporting youth ministry in the parish, then there will always be a place for young people to come and to learn more about their faith and to grow in their relationship with Christ.
I think we're just getting started with what youth ministry is really able to do for our church, and we're seeing the fruits of that from teens on now to adults, but imagine when their kids are going through the programs. Imagine how we can continue to grow and think about new ways to reach our youth. In such a troubled world, I think, in a lot of things that can get us down, go to a youth ministry event and you can see the church is just getting started.